What's up, everybody? We're live. It's Chat Chill Saturday. How's it going? All right. Hope everybody's doing well, having a happy holiday, and yeah, everybody's doing well. All right. All right, everybody. Tonight we'll just be going over some pepper-related things, chatting and chilling. Doing what it does, and yeah. So, um, maybe just discuss a couple things here, and just do what we're doing. All right. Whew, real minty. Mm. All right. That's what I'll do. All right. Hope that's better. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Well, we'll pull this little flower off here. Come on. Mm. Oh, that's where I put it. Got one of my little cups, dome cups from Arrow Garden. Mm-hmm. There's another flower. All right. Get a couple of these flowers off. See if you'll let me take a couple of these. So a little bit of just enough pollen out there. Sorry about dipping off the camera for a second, but all right. Now, let's see. I got a few rock piles in the Dracula plant going on. Um, and yeah, so just go ahead and take a look. See right here. The sugar rush plant is actually getting fairly tall. I've clipped a few leaves off of here and there because they're getting the spots on the leaves. But other than that, I mean, the sugar rush is actually starting to bud, and I don't really got an issue with that per se. I just want to I'll just let it do what it does on that. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. And if anybody remembers, that's one that I transplanted from the arrow garden to the cracking style setup, and yeah, and it's in a 1.3 gallon container. But when I since the plastic neck come from the arrow garden and the sponge dipped down low enough, all I had to do was fill it a gallon full and leave about the 0.3 gallon part open. Air. I mean, so in the 1.3 gallon, it was just a 1 gallon, and then the 0.3 was just airspace. So, hey, lemon, hey, Happy Pepper, hey, Go Am, hey, Rob. Just saying hey to everybody right now. Hello, Food Forest Permaculture, and happy holidays to all. Yeah, JDS, the arrow guard's not that bad to set up. It's actually rather nice. I'm not sure how I feel about the new ones. I haven't really gotten too familiar with the new ones or the new models, but they look interesting. They look nice. They look fairly simple. Looks like they tried to give them a more modern, sleeker look, but I don't mind the original models and all that. If they can streamline them a little bit, but at the same time making the water reservoir bigger, then that'd be awesome. Um, what would be bad is if they actually would give the people that own any of the Arrow Garden models the option to expand or get bigger reservoir for that for you know much better root growth because growing growing pepper plants or most plants in general in most of the models you can't really grow or you can grow for a while but to to a certain extent. I mean, you won't be able to grow um, in the manner that you would if you let's say you were growing in a 5 gallon bucket, of another hydroponic type method. But I mean, that would be something that'd be nice for them to do. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to do that, but it'd be nice to give them the consumer the option. I mean, I know I'd like that personally because I'd like to still keep using the base model, but if they could actually expand the weather reservoir thing, make it a little bit deeper, a little bit wider, whatever it is, just to make it, like an upgraded version. Um, I do like ideas where they're going with the farm and the farm plus. That's always nice. I mean, I've I've toyed with that thought of those models, but I'm not sure if I'd really want to do that. I mean, I have to really weigh my options on those. I mean, even though they are a good chunk of change, I mean, I know they're, cheap, easy ways to set that up. I mean, but it just really depends on a person's options, which way they can or willing to go on that. Um, I don't know. I'm still in the process of thinking what to do because I'd like to get another model. I'm just not sure what. 'Cause I know those AeroGarden models that are fairly expensive. They don't really need to be that expensive. I mean, I can understand their thought behind it, but I mean, I'm sure that there's other consumers that you know understand what I'm meaning on that. But um, JD is checking that and the cracking method. That really depends on your situation. Um, me when I'm doing this, I use tap water. So I mean, and on top of that, I mean, I I know I'm supposed to check or change out the nutrient solution every so often. And my plants right now, except for the sugar rush, the other ones really could use a bit of refresher. I know they call it Dracula and that bell. That one's kind of let go that bell go a bit. Um, and my little cross over there and that ornamental. I mean, but the ones I got in the cracky method style method is this basil. I got it in the coffee container. It's actually just sprouted. Um, I just use whatever ones I get around. There's some solutions that I was given, but I mean, ones that I can recommend is um, even Kingstar uses it. Which one was it? Oh, uh, shoot. Oh, which is that method? Which is that one? I keep kind of forgetting. Not Master Blend. I know Reptiles uses it. Um, what's up, Rev? But I know there's a lot of people that I've discussed with. No, you can get some good results with Master Blend, but ah, there you go him. Uh, I wouldn't really suggest Miracle Grow, but not unless you get the solution for them off their website. The ones that they use for their own gardens. But that solution from the Miracle Grow, the ones that they use in their own gardens, is more for works better with the circulating system. So if you could get something to kind of circulate the water around, then that would actually work. I mean, work better because it tends to settle. But if you let's say like what a couple people just mentioned, that Dyna something that Kangstar uses. That one's a good one for crack key style methods because I know there's farmers around that even sell Dynagrow stuff, and I mean if I could get a hold of them, I would see what they're into about it. But I I know I know it's not the cheapest in the world, but you can get it around 40, $50, give or take, per gallon. And if you go and get like, several gallons or several gallons in a purchase, then you can get it for cheaper, a little bit cheaper. But you only need like a little like a half teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half or something like that per gallon, to grow. and you don't have to worry about all too much with that, except for changing out the nutrients every so often. And that seems to work rather well from what I've seen in the cracky style or non-circulating hydroponics. I mean, but that's not as much money as you would think because that gallon can go a long way. Um, I mean, if a person is going to look at it like being expensive, then they're not really looking to invest a certain amount of money at a certain level for their plants. But if you're looking to, get a good investment, then you kind of have people kind of have to expand their territories on it. I'm not saying go to diss anybody's method. If you got a method that works, go for it. But I'm just saying it doesn't hurt to explore your options. And but see me myself, I literally didn't really start the cracky jump into the cracky style methods until pretty much about a year ago or like a year ago. So I mean, it's just I know Rev, he uses Master Blend, and there's several other members of the PLC or Pepper Lovers community and various other growers that use Master Blend. I'm not against that, but there's a lot of people that say about how much they have to deal with um, pH levels and how much they jump up and down. I mean, with that. And hey, Charles, but hey, Eric, but um, I say, Charles, hey, Charles, do you use Master Blend or I'm just curious. I don't know. They were just talking about different kinds of hydroponic solutions. Um, but hey, I'm into pain. But yeah, so basically, more or less, it's just everybody's just got their own kind of choices, what they use, and stuff like that. I mean, just like I was saying, whatever works for you, go for it. By all means, no problem. You won't have me to dispute that at all. Um, but I know hydroponic solutions can work in soil, um, but I know growers talk about it a lot. It does work, but it's a little different in soil. Um, but one thing is if you're using like a medium that doesn't have that much nutrient value, or I mean, it doesn't have it isn't fertilized very well, then a lot of people, use different fertilizers that put in there. Um, like uh, like that one that I was thinking is Dynagrow or something like that. That one Kendall Kangsar uses, or at least I've seen that he used it. And I know farmers. I've seen farmers use that a lot in some of their field, some of the, or at least they're having available for sale. So that's not bad. I mean, too bad because that company's pretty, you know, pretty uh, fairly well known to in that aspect. But um, um, but generally, in a lot of main stores, garden centers. Not all of them really have hydroponic solutions too readily available because it's not the hugest. It or hasn't been the most available or readily available style. But I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not going to claim I'm the most well versed in hydroponics and all, or nothing like that. I'm not even going to claim I'm an expert at it. I'm just a grower like anybody else. It's just that I just go with what I have available and what's easy access. I know hydroponic solution or solutions that can be used for hydroponics are not cheap, not at all. But I'll go ahead and like double cup. You're actually using a medium in there, um, but the cracky style is just more straight hydroponics. No. Here, hold on. See, like this right here. See what I got this little plant in here. That'd be more considered the cracky style. I mean, different kind of container, but it's just that concept. That's what it means, even with the coffee containers and stuff like that. But with some of the ones that put the stuff with the soil type medium with the cup in a container where they have the reservoir for the water, that's kind of almost like saying it's a modified version of a cracking style method. I'm not going to say it's the same thing as a cracky style, but it's more like a modified version. Because there's going to be people that can go one way or another on it. I'm not going to split hairs on that. I guess. I could go on for a while on that, but you know, I'm not going to just crazy on it. All right, food forest permaculture. Happy holidays, happy New Year, and all that. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys. I'm responding to the message. Um, here's one of my candies, spicy candies. Minty, minty spicy goodness. Whew. Oh man. All right. Still got a bit of that minty flavor on my lips. Feeling that eating the spice around the mouth a bit, and it's like the mint is pretty refreshing, pretty pronounced there, and mm, mm, mm. But yeah, let's see. What's up, man?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? How's it going? What's up, man?
I can't hear nothing. Hold up. I'll be back. Wait up. Hello?
What's up?
I can't hear nothing on my fucking phone. I don't know what's going on. How's it going tonight?
How's it going, all right? Is the audio working now?
Is anyone else going to join?
I don't know. I asked if Gohan would want to, but he said he's got some kids running around or something. But
Uh,
yeah. Um, well, let's see if Rev's on, but Rev says he's eating some chicken. But I don't know if some other people wanted to jump on, they could if they want. But
go sit over there, bro.
what's up?
No, I'm talking to my nephew.
Uh,
No. You go sit down. Hurry up.
oh man. Yeah. So how's your plans going? Uh-oh. Yeah, JDS, adults don't either, so If you're asking me if I'm at anything crazy, I don't know what you mean. What you got in mind about crazy? What's up, Gage? Uh, what do you mean ultra hot? What's ultra hot? I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I don't know, just a lot of different things. I'm just doing a lot of the hots that I got going on, and then a few other things, a few things I'm working on, just to see how it goes. Every year's a little bit different, but right now there's a I'm going to be doing some growing some scorpions like I usually do. Uh, a number of other ultra hots going on. Let's see. Um, what other ones? Yeah. I mean, scorpions are usually always in my mix. I mean, well, at least usually because scorpions you can't go wrong with those. Um, but and then I'm debating on whether or not to do any reapers. Reapers usually take a bit of time. Uh, there's sometimes they'll do pretty well, and other times they just lag behind. Um, but when they do well, they do well. But in other times, reapers just seem to kind of take their time going anywhere. Um, but so eh, anyway, but I mean, I would say invite some people to come on here, but I'm not really going to um bug too many people about that. So if somebody were to want to come on, they'll just have to say what's up in the chat. So, but Gage, we were just talking about pretty much from the startup. We were talking about basically hydroponic growing and stuff like that, or cracky style grows, and some arrow garden things. Um, but in regards to other good things, we haven't gotten to those. Um, let's see. Um, let's see. But yeah, let's see. All right. Let's see here. Um, but I'm trying to look here. Well, now I'm getting some interesting development on this plant here. Nice development though. Um, get off me, little no guy. All right. I could probably start up in the strength and the nutrient solution for this one. Um, but so freaky geek. Um, see. What I'm saying is, I haven't trimmed this at all, cut it, but this is where the first leaves are at. Shot this down, and then these two leaves came out, and then these came out, and it just kind of did its little thing like that on its own. A lot of times when people do that, it's usually a sign of almost where somebody had cut it, but I hadn't cut this guy. I mean, I can probably get this one a little closer to light. Probably have to. I don't want to put it on here, but I could put it right about there. Still be overshadowed a little. Put it all right. Yeah, these cups are blue. So far, they've worked pretty well. I started this one plant in the double cup style method. Let's see if I can move this without shaking it. Oh, that's my thumb will grab it. Ah, there it goes. All right. All right, this guy right here. All right. Yeah, I got this container. Let's see what size it is. 2.5 quart container. The roots are actually coming out the bottom. Let's see if I can get that. I mean, if I had a deep enough reservoir to put that in, then the roots would be really coming out the bottom. But check that out. You know, that's the base. And split up here. Probably should turn it every so often to get more of a more light on this one side, but I've been turning it too much. And that's why you see more. Well, you can't really see the whole thing in the picture here, but yeah. This is more got some growth right here. I know I said last time I showed you I was probably going to trim it, but I just haven't. Hey, pineapple plant. Yeah. I was like, hey, pineapple plant. The pineapple plant was kind of catching on this. Part of it was trying to hold it. So, yeah, that one. Um, I did start. I did start that way, and it actually I put it in the double cup method, and and then actually it's been going since. And yeah, and what it is in the medium is a seed starting mix medium. Um, so I'm just feeding it nutrients to boost it going or keep it going well. And I use the seed starting mix because most seed starting mix is a you'll be able to see know what seed starting mix it is if you see the bag. It's in the yellow bag. So it's one of those bags that costs about $5, and so yeah, that that mix is actually done pretty well because those actually hold moisture fairly decently, and yeah. All right, let me get back to the chat here real quick. All right, let's see. Rob Charlotte, hey, what's up? What's up, Doug, mate? Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Doug. Uh, all right, but let's see here. Hopefully, this basil plant will jump up soon. Um, so messing around with it. Then I'll go ahead and do this. Bear with me, y'all. All right, see, there's the basil, and it's in a little cup. Or I started it in this little solo cup. Or not a solo cup, a little party cup, I should say. Sorry about that. Not trying to brand name or brand drop because that's not the particular brand. I bought it at a store that was for fairly cheap. And if I'm correct, this is a blue cup, a dark blue cup. And started in there, and then actually I had it started it right here. I just dropped the cup in here, and it's been in there for a little while. I might have to. I'm going to have to check inside because I don't know. I don't recall. I haven't really checked inside there yet. Um, but I know with the basil, there's times where these will stick like this size for quite a while, or it seems like quite a while before they just start popping up and growing like crazy. But all right, all right, guys. Bear with me a second here. Sorry for the extreme close up. But yeah. And all right. Now, from Santa, huh? Let's see. Uh, unless you consider Mother Nature Santa, but so right. So yeah, no, basically, yeah, about germinating and whatnot. Here, I'll get to this one here in a second. Here, I'll just grab this now. Um, that basil I just showed, like I said, I started a little blue party cup or one of those 1 ounce ones holds about an ounce of fluid or something. And so yeah, it was just I started in there, and where I had started it, I had done the way of cut a hole in the top of the coffee container, and then just fill it up to where the bottom of the cup was touch, or it's just right inside the water line was just right inside the bottom of the cup, and did it that way. And then right now I'm just kind of weighing it out so far. Might have to up the dosage of the nutrient solution just to see, help it out a little. But I could wait it out just a while. Just as I mentioned, though, the basil just seems to kind of go in a period where it just kind of sits there in that stage for a while before it jumps up. And then, but I'm looking forward to see how that basil do. And this right here, this one I started in this right here. It's one of these little Sparks drinks bottles, and yeah, what I did with it was the weak nutrient solution, and what I did was had the AeroGarden cup with one of the sponges that I had sitting around for quite a while. Um, I had to sit in I had to sit in a solution for or peroxide and all that for to be sure to kill any kind of bacteria or anything that may grow on it because sometimes these sponges can develop some kind of mold or fungus on them, and it's not anything against the makers. It's a natural thing that can happen. Now, what it, what I did was is from some of the seeds from my dried pods I put in here, and it's actually doing not bad. I might have to up the dosage a little. Yeah, that's what I think I'll have to do is up the dosage a little bit. And what I think I might do is pour some of this water out. We might have to do that real soon here because I see some residuals at the bottom. And you probably can't see that too well on the camera. But yeah, see there it goes. There's a little bit of residuals at the bottom. And basically I'll have to do this in the morning. What I'll do is I can easily pull the cup out and do it that way. Um, well, the nice thing is this I do see a root coming out there, and I'm going to have to uh, up the dosage from like just a just maybe like a quarter of a teaspoon to a half teaspoon. And let's see if I can grab this thing here real quick. When I use the measure. Oh, but okay. So what the seed that I've dropped in here is golden cayenne, and cayenne of all varieties are very nice. You can't go wrong with them. I mean, cayenne is one of those ones that are very versatile. Uh, and it's a very very good strain. So what I did was I took a little post-it note and I cut it and wrote on it right there. Since it got the sticky side, I just put it right there. And this is just basically a basic experiment. Since I put that weak solution of nutrients in here, so I just took this. You'll be able to see these when you find miracle grow type of solutions, and that I know people that throw these away, and you can find them in a lot of places. Um, so if you ever know anybody or if you have any of these personally, these work good for measuring. Um, because the story says how much. Let's see if I can see that in here. It's a little dark on there. All right. One says 22 milliliters or 1.5 tablespoons. If I can read that right. A little shade cast on here. Yeah, 1.5 tablespoons, and then the other one's 250 milliliters, and then it's zero point 0.5 teaspoons. So the small end, you can use that. You get 0.5 teaspoon, or at least up to where they kind of right before the edge. And yeah, go ahead. You should be able to do that. The pod must have got crushed in the mail, but the seeds should definitely be usable because this right here is from one of the another pod off the same plant that it came off of. I had like a number of pods sitting right there, and this is one I popped open and then just as a test run. I know the seeds are usable, so that's part of the reason why I was hoping you'd have some seeds for use the seeds. So yeah, Rob, I know these do, but these I usually if I know somebody, I usually try to get these from them because there are a number of people that use that in their gardens and on their plants outside, which it is an effective way to grow people's stuff. I mean, if that's what they got to use, that's what they got to use. And I'm not going to hate on anybody that does their own method. I'm not going to correct their methods and use, um, because I mean that's just what they do. That's what they have available. Now, what they use is what they use. So, but this is something I got off of somebody. So I found that these are good measurements, and I use this to measure the liquid nutrients that I can get. Um, but in the Miracle Grow solutions, you'll be able to see the coloration change. Um, but this is clearly not that. And but Rob, yeah, I'd like to see what you can do with those. How you get those golden cayennes to come about, because it was a nice structured plant, nice pods, and it can have a decent flavor with some. And for a yellow pod, it has some nice little burn to it. I mean, I don't know. I never used to use these. I've seen these a lot when I was growing because I've seen other growers and have them sitting around and I don't know how many I've seen people throw these away. And if I would have known that, I would have been getting them off them a long time ago and keeping them. But that's here nor there. But yeah, so what I do is I'll get a solution when what's good is this little end here is good for measuring for the teaspoon wise. So if you would need a half teaspoon, fill that up, bang. Then if you need full, double that up. And but what's good about that is if you want to do that, to makes it easier to measure less of it as you need. But this, I don't use this end all that much at all. Um, so all right, man. Doug, I'll check you around. Um, good night, happy weekend, and all that stuff, man. All right, but yeah, I'll pull this top off here. Vibrations is yeah, so but I don't know if you can see in here, but if you look very closely, you can see the little plant next to it with the little helmet on the seat on it. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to continue growing this in this container for as long as it works. I mean, I'm sure at some point it's not going to be too feasible as it gets bigger. But, um, but since that seems to be going so far so good, um, I will have to pull that out of that spot, and maybe um, well, I will have to put it in a different container. Um, Coming up point, like shoot, and I might have to put it in there. I don't want to. Mm, Want it in a larger container. All right. What are you going to do, Brando? All right. I'm gonna have to get creative on this in one way, shape, or form. Um, when I know the roots are developed enough on that, I will jump that into a larger container. Um, I'd like something like a gallon size, preferably, and to get it going. Ah, dang it! I should have gotten one of those things to drill a hole in, but I didn't have the money for it at the time. Um, hey, Barnyard Chicken, what's up? Um, let's see. But if anybody wants to step up on the panel tonight, I'm more than welcome to. Uh, just let me know. You don't have to if you don't want to. So it's just friendly invite, all right? But I mean, I'm just going over a couple things here before the night's out. All right. Um, um, this one's still got a little ways to catch up, but what's up, Enigma? This one, check it out, guys. Ooh, uh-oh. No, it's all right, Rob. I just said if you guys want or if you guys can. Is if not, no pressure. Stuff for you guys. Now, I think I might end up getting rid of this one here. Go with this plant. Right, they're both the same. It's just I was just letting them both go, see whichever one's going to go. Get better. But I might just do away with the one so I can so more energy can be focused on that. Um, then uh, but uh, but yeah. So a couple more. After I start a few of these plants here, I'm going to I'm definitely going to um, in a certain amount of time I will put the seed starting tray in the air garden, but um, hold on, I can grab that real quick. Oh, eh, why not grab this? Let's see. There's a couple things I could show. I don't know why I wasn't doing it before. Let's see. Um, yeah, oops. I got a couple things I'll show you guys. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to show a weird angle or nothing. Sorry. Ah, dang it. I should have brought this with me. I was at the store earlier. Ah, could have used it. Yeah, well, I'm sure I'll need it next week or so. Um, all right. All right, guys. Now, look, here's something that I got from family, and they actually this is something this is pretty interesting. I mean, I haven't used it, but let's see what. All right, let's see. Basically, it's this thing here. It's called Thirsty Gnome. Plant plant hydrated or keeps plant hydrated, and it's just basically a little terracotta thing that you fill up with water. Um, it can work for some. It's a self-watering plastic is really what it is. That's what it's called, and it's basically terracotta thing that's shaped kind of like torpedo type shape, and yeah, it's let's say terracotta plants take water plants for up to 3 days. Just fill with water, set cap, and stick in the plant. Holds up to 50 milliliters of water. Water keeps water seeps thoroughly through or seeps through terracotta slowly for an eco-friendly way to keep plants moist. All right. Now, cute gnome spruces up any outdoor or indoor planter. I can see this working more for an indoor planter or a small one, or maybe outdoor. But and yeah, so this one says keeps water for up to 3 days, but that'd have to be a certain size container because with the bigger containers I use, this wouldn't cover that much ground or container space. So yeah, see it also says on the bottom, dependent upon existing moisture conditions. Now, so yeah, so this is from a family. They're thinking about how I'm into growing plants and everything, which this would come into handy more for given the size of the container it's in. Um, this would really work well on house plants or any type of plant that needs a certain type of water conditions. I'd have to experiment around with this, but I mean, I haven't used this one personally, but I will have to see how that goes. Then let's see. Oopsie. But yeah, this is another one of the gifts that I got for Christmas. I'll go over it more at some point. We got a sticker. Alright. Now what I will do is I have an idea for a little special going on here. Is this. I got this as a gift. And I've had this at another point, but you know, um, so this is Death Wish coffee, and it's and the thing is called the world's strong. They're dubbed the world's strongest coffee, and yeah, I can use this, and this stuff does got a kick to it. Now, what I'll say about sticker, this came with it. I would suggest that if anybody wants to test it out, give this a try. But yeah, so I mean, I would suggest that if anybody can give that a try. Um, easy way to find it is online. I've purchased it online through their website. And keep in mind, everybody, whoever looks it up, it is $20 for a pound bag, which that is not outrageous. But so I mean, if you want a coffee with a kick, it doesn't hurt to put out a little money for it. So. Oh yeah, they do sell merchandise on their website. I think they do sell articles of clothing too. So if you're looking for something like that, you can also get the coffee. You can also get some merchandise. It's just worth exploring. Take a look at that at least. Um, but yeah, what's up, Slee Stack? How you doing? Um, but let's see. Oh, what I was going to do here is for those that uh, saw my post on pepper lovers and stuff like that. Oh, dang it! Ah, there it goes. Um, I posted on on the 26th. I actually put some seeds, our cups with some seed sponges and that in the arrow garden. I wrote them down, and I have not had the labels on them numbered. And there I have. It's a 6 pod arrow garden, so only can fit six. And right now I have Thai, chocolate Scotch bonnet, CGN 21500, sweet apple, and marigold and petunias. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing how those turn out. I really am. But um, last year I was able to do a makeshift type modified cracky style setup with some marigolds, and it actually worked out pretty decently. Um, I used a small container that that you can get from a dollar store or even most stores for about $2. Um, but yeah, it'd be worth trying that method because with the way I had this one set up for those marigolds that were in a modified cracky style setup was um, there were 6 plants in there and they were outside. So, and what I did was to prevent light from getting in the clear area is that I taken some aluminum foil, wrapped it around the base of it, and then it worked rather well. It worked really nicely. I mean, so what I just had did was is just every so often when it would need some water, I'd make up a jug of it and fill it up. And there was a few times where it did pretty much run dry or nearly dry, but not dry enough to where the roots went completely dry. So I just I wanted to fill it up every so often. And the days where it run out fair or the times it would run out sooner is on the warmer times periods. Are you oh hold on. Let me read back on the chat. Aphids usually aren't too much of a thing. I mean outside I tend to have enough things taking care of those. I mean, you know, being it um other things that feed on aphids and deter them would be like a big thing would be spiders. Spiders, I had plenty of those. big, fairly decent size and small, and certain types of ladybugs. There were actually a fair amount of ladybugs this past year, which was nice. And there was a number of other bugs that are around, and they feed on the aphids as well. There's some ants hang around here or there, but not as much, not too bad. Um, it's just some other things that go on with that. Um, um, but I try to stay away from any certain things that might clog up the pores on plants, because that can be fairly easy to do. Yeah, I agree with you on that one pretty deep, man, because that can be big of a thing in and of itself. Um, I mean, if you can catch them before they get too bad, thing is just basically check your plants and know your surroundings. Um, yeah, so I mean, growing indoors, it seems like aphids are just aphids don't or tend not to have as many let's say things to combat against them when you're indoors. So let's say for example if you have, you know, ladybugs and spiders and several other beetles or this, that, and other thing feed them normally uh feast on them or scare them away or kill the or you know do away with aphids, they would that would be a bit of a challenge inside because that just made it seem like they had free reign. So yeah, they do get around pretty quickly. It's hard to, I mean, yeah. So I mean, they for some reason they just know when plants are around. And a lot of some people will go with soap, neem oil, stuff like that. I've I had some I paid around about $5 or something for a bottle or something. Does away with aphids and several other types of bugs. Uh, Problem with that is after you spray that stuff on the plants, you might have to wait a day, but you know, but then after that, yeah, I would suggest rinsing off the leaves and the plant because if you let that stuff sit on it for too long, it clogs up the pores on the plants and it makes it harder for the plant to breathe, so to speak. I mean, because plants have pores on them like people do, people's skin does, and it's just that it's got to have that airflow so it can breathe. Oh yeah, it's least snack. Yeah, I mean, it's not the cheapest shirt in the world, but I mean, let's say you get that one of those shirts, then you get some of that coffee, then you get a little bit of something else, and they'll give you free shipping on that. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I got enough of that coffee to last me a little while, so I mean, one of these times I'm really thinking about ordering something from them because there's some merchandise that's pretty decent. We got some nice coffee mugs too. Oh, 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 that's what I'll do. Hey, get up there. Spicy candy. Yeah. It's that minty spiciness that gets you at the same time. It's not bad. Woo. Yeah, but yeah, what I was saying, use that blue soap, man. You gotta be careful about that. But I get where you're going at the with that soap, but I don't. I never really use the soap myself. Um, uh, but all right, tomorrow I will have to do a few things with these plants here. All right, this is one of the things I was going to do. This is more of a see that, Joe. This will be more or less an unboxing or an opening. Let's see. So, yeah, I'll get that. This is for my arrow garden. All right. Oh, here. This is what I'll do, you guys. Let's see if I can do this. Have y'all part of this? This and that. All right. What's this? What's that? What? Oh, man, what y'all doing to me? No. All right. Instructions. All right. The little sprout models have it shows different ones for sprouting systems, seed starting systems. Dang. Now we'll go over that at another point. All right. Hey. All right. Oh, the little styrofoamy thing. Set that over here. Ooh. Got the sponges in it and everything. Ooh, look at that. Nice and shiny. Nice and clean. Mm-mm-mm. Looks so nice. Mm-mm. Yes, sirree. All right. Oh, this is what I'll do. Keep this up in view. See that? Check that. All right. See what we got in the box is a seed starting tray. Get that over here. Well, see, we got all these in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Ooh, we got enough to start 31. Well, I see they got these ones that are, as you can see, several in the middle raised up a little bit. But that's because they got to have this up a little for the inside of where the pump in that is. Where it sits down, it has to get, be up a little more. Huh. They got that clear for that, which is nice. I know I'm going to have to watch the water levels with this. But this will be interesting. I think I'd have to open it up every so even more since it doesn't have the little spot where you can open up to check the reservoir. This will be interesting. I like the way it is right now. It's all nice and clean. But this is what I'll do. We'll have to put this back in here. And as you can see the bottom of the sponges there. See, what's nice is what they did in here. They have this little plastic thing that it rests in. It holds it just right. Oh, there it goes. Oh, cool. This one's even nicer of them. We threw a bottle of plant food in there. That was real nice. That's real nice of them. Now let's see. Now the strength of this plant food is 436. Come on. I don't know if y'all can see that. But yeah. So this is a 3 ounce bottle. And as a suggestion, anybody that gets this stuff, shake it up. And remember, keep in mind if you go on the website, you can actually get a little jug of the plant food, which actually isn't bad to do as if you know you're going to use it. Which I don't know. I thought about it. It's not bad priced either, but oh, probably should put these back in there so I don't misplace them. So I know how I can get with some of this stuff. I'll just have it sitting around. Next thing you know, it's all the mix of some of the other stuff. All right. Now what I'm going to do, close that up. Put that there. I'm getting a little thirsty over here. All right. Sorry I didn't respond to you guys right away. No, freaking geek, I didn't get a light that came with that. That just fits right in the base of the model with the AeroGarden. So I just take the lid that's there and then just put it right in place. Mm. All right, Enigma. If you're going to take off, I hope you have a good night and all that. Sleep well. Happy holidays, man. And freaking geek, if you're taking off too, check your lid. And Happy New Year. All right. Right. All right. Let's see. Now, in regards to what I just showed y'all, the Sea Star thing, I'm looking forward to that because I can start getting a good little start on 31 of them. And that'll be nice. Um, Now, with those that I got with the ones I got in the Arrow Garden, I'm definitely going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with those. And I was going to say, I'm getting the pod forming on that bell. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep that going. Um, but let me see. On that, this, dang it. On that little orange ornamental plant, I don't know how much I'm going to do with that one. I might have to trim that back. After I get some of the flowers forming, I'm going to trim it back and then see where it goes from there. We'll save seeds from it though. So I do want to see how that turns out in the future. Now, before the weather changes for the better, I'm hoping or expecting to see uh, definitely the marigold and petunia pop up or grow some, have some flowers blooming, hopefully. And then Thai, that should be coming up soon. Um, Sweet apple, that should be nice. I should have done a couple more my crosses. Right now, I was just doing a few to get them started. And then, all right, man. Sleep stack. I'll check you later. Yeah, it's snowing pretty good here as well. So, um, yeah. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to end this stream sometime in the next like 20 minutes or something. Uh, but what I'll do tomorrow um, is if the morning goes smoothly enough, what I'm going to do is have a thing going, and what I want to see happen is I'm going to brew a pot of this and see where the morning takes me. Anybody wants to join in, stay tuned. All right. All right, guys. We will have to probably see about check the water levels and everything in the morning. I will have to do with these plants. And Yeah. Um, hey, Blumberg, if you're in here, do a little wavy. Uh, let's see. Um, all right, Blumberg, keep an eye out for your for candies I did in my giveaway last Saturday. Um, so, but it should be by Monday or Wednesday. I'm thinking probably more Wednesday-ish. Uh, so, yeah, but dude, I know you're pretty busy and all, so wasn't meaning to distract you. Let's see. Gotta move this. But yeah. So, and then Go Ham. He's definitely going to have his coming up as well. Happy Pepper. You're going to have, if you I don't know if you're still around, he's going to have his showing up as well. And then Paula, she's going to have hers showing up. So either one or so of y'all might get it Monday or Wednesday. So I can't guarantee with the postal system. It all depends on how they do it. But at least that's where it's what the times is slated to be around. But all right, guys. Oh yeah. But um, after I switch out the nutrients to some of these plants, I'll show them. I'm just not doing it at the moment. Um, but all right, guys. I know I didn't do a whole lot on the giveaway today, but there's always more time for that. And yeah. All right, guys. Let me see. I just got my mind on some plants and whatnot right now. But I'm germinating them. I'd like them to go a little faster. All right. All right. I just don't have the most patience when it comes to this kind of stuff. Um, so when I want them going is when I want them going. I just don't want to wait. All right. Let's see if I can manage the get some pollen off this one. Transfer it to that one. We'll see. Not being too rush about it. But if I do, I'm more at the mark. Which one? Don't worry, go ahead. We were just talking about you, so don't worry about it. Nothing too positive. No, I'm just kidding, man. Nah, I was mentioning to Robin that uh, your own package, Rob's package, Paula's package, and Happy Pepper's package is all been sent. I already messaged y'all about it earlier, and yeah, so basically they should be, some may be Monday, some may be Wednesday. We won't know until it gets there. So really depends on the freaking postal service. So yeah, but all right, guys. Remember, thank you everybody for showing up, and all of you, please check out each other's pages and give props to everybody that's been in here. I mean, we're all pepper lovers, growers alike. So, and you know, I and yeah, so I sent them all, with the tracking and all that. Just just because I felt better doing that. That way, you guys can have a closer eye on them. I'd prefer them to get there sooner. Like I said, I can't guarantee on those winters. All right, let's see. We gotta go do a couple things. Uh, but go ahead, Rob. I know you guys were just in here. If y'all can, please stay in touch with me and keep about those. I'd like to know what's going on. All right. Uh, and yeah, so all right, guys. Um, there's some things I'm going to have to do here, and if I can get those things going on, some certain things going on, then I'd like to try. I'd like to send some your way, maybe this later this year, maybe. I'm saying maybe, depending on how these play out. All right, but good things, y'all. Good things. Um, yeah. So basically, the good things I was referring to in that is that got some good things for Christmas, and I hope you all did too. And good and pleasant, happy holidays, happy New Year, positive thoughts. And if you and please, and y'all want to, and y'all can join me in the live stream tomorrow morning, or hopefully, if everything plays well, right, I'll have a live stream tomorrow morning. And as I mentioned, I'll do see about brewing a cup part of that coffee, bring it in with, we can do a thing there. All right, maybe y'all can join me with your own coffees. You know, have a morning thing, make a thing out of it. All right, I guess it's up to y'all. Check some, yeah. Hey, what's up, Chad? What was you? What Yeah, so what's up, Chad? How you doing? Um, Hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. Very nice to talk to you sometime. Um, but Hey, Chad, if you can, I was just mentioning that I was going to have a, I was going to brew some coffee in the morning. You know? But yeah. Um, if you could, it'd be nice to see you out if you want to, man. Uh, That's all right, man. You don't have to drink coffee. You know, if you drink tea or whatever it is for your morning thing, you can stop by if you want to. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. No, I'm just kidding, man. Just playing, taking, taking it easy, yo. But sorry, man. So, but in spirit of the holidays, happy holidays to you, Chad. Hey, Happy Pepper, you're around. Your package is in the mail. You got my message about it earlier, so yours probably could quite possibly be there Monday. But all right, y'all. Rather than procrastinate or anything, what I'll do here is I'm gonna get ready to. Hey, Chad, if you want, swing by in the morning. Brew you up some tea or something, man. All right? We can have a conversation. Starting the Sunday out right. There'll be anybody who wants to come in and join the combo, all right? No problem. Uh, no stress involved. Just a relaxing time. Start off the morning with your morning drink, all right? Talk about peppers, plants, gardening, what have you. All right. Thanks for the picture. Go ahead. I don't know if y'all can see this, but he just sent me a quick pic. There's a nice looking plant there. Check that out. Yeah. If I'm reading the initials right on this, King Stars Lemon Starburst. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how you do with that. Now, I've noticed a lot of people growing that one from Kane. It'll be interesting to see. And I don't know. I've thought about growing that one, but I'm just not into, you know, feel like I don't like the feeling that I'm begging for seeds from somebody. But yeah, go ahead. I know how that goes with plants, man. Every plant's an experiment to me, man. So with every plant, there's a learning. There's a bit of learning to it, and with every plant, hopefully you get something out of every plant. Rather it's uh, awesome plant just in itself, awesome grow, awesome production, or it's just you learn something from it in the case of what happens to the plant and how it unfolds. So whether it be a failed attempt at growing or just instead of considering it a failed attempt, just consider it something to learn from. That's what I can, even though it can get frustrating if it doesn't work out the way you'd like, hey, just consider it something to learn from. Hey, that's the truth, man. That's all you need is one pepper to continue on the next generation. Hey, what's up, Enigma? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know how that goes. Not being able to sleep. All right, alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead. There's been times where I've been wanting to keep a generation of next generation of a plant going, and all you need is and you just get that one. That's all you need. Just get some good seeds out of it. So, I mean, at least a couple good seeds. That's all you need. There's plants where I've only had just like not even 5 seeds in the pod, and and I was able to get in those situations. I was able to get a few plants out of those several plant seeds in there, which then they became fruitful in themselves, and it was a plus. All right, Nemo. Yeah, I hear you. All right, man. Yeah, I hear you on that, definitely. But yeah, I've seen that happen with chocolate house before, man. Yeah, I've actually had that happen with the chocolate hop plant before. There was a time where I was growing some of them, which I do like chocolate hops. Don't get me wrong. I've been meaning to grow them again. Um, I know I got seeds for it somewhere around here somewhere. I think I need to get some stuff more organized. But and with that, um, it just is unfortunate that sometimes it just doesn't do that. So just doesn't produce. I mean, that is it's an unfortunate side effect. But let's see. Um, just thinking, I really got to get my experiments going better. So, all right. But in order for me to get stuff playing out in the morning, I'm going to have to do this tonight. But I'm going to have to, in the next 15 minutes or something, I'll see about getting hopping off the live stream if it ain't kicking too hard in just a minute and going on the going on to something else. I mean, not going on to something else. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. What I'm meaning is that I will go ahead and get ready for have it set up in the morning for you know for tomorrow morning where I'll have to break out a brew a pot to that. All right. 15 spicy goodness. Woo-wee. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty, yes. I'm looking forward to this guy getting up there. Now, this will be an interesting plant. The ones I grew of it before when I did it, it was rather nice. Nice structured plants, good sized pods, nice heat, nice flavor. And they do vary and fluctuate. But I've been kind of going with several phenotypes, which one phenotype that I was doing I really liked. And yeah, but they both in general have the nice burn, nice heat, but they're not one of those ones that's going to be explosively hot. They will be, they will have that heat, they will have that flavor. But what they're good for, those ones I've had, is you can dry them out fairly easily. Some of them you can dry them out uh, and not have to use the dehydrator sometimes. That's not all the time, but just like with any other pepper, most other peppers, or a lot of peppers, you can't just hang dry them all the time. But for the most part, it's to be nice structure, nice plant, gets a little rather can get bushy and fairly productive, which is always a plus. All right. But for the most part, right here, you guys, is what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to let's see what time it is. I still got a little bit of time here. We'll wait a number of minutes, let it wind down, and then take it from there. But if anybody has any questions before the stream comes to a close, please let me know. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do number things around. There's no doubt. I don't know why I didn't bring this with me before. It would have helped me out big time. All right. We'll have to pull that off there. And there. And ready. Yes, I will have to do this. I'm getting thoughts in my head about this one. This one I'm the one we'll have to start real soon here. Yep, there goes that truck backing up. There goes how the plow trucks out. Um, well, one of the types that I have always have. Okay, your question is, thank you, Ignite. Thank you, Enigma. Um, what is my what is your top five peppers for eating, not just for heat? Um, one is one of them is cayennes. Various types of cayenne I like to have around because they're good for not just for heat, but also flavor and very good for cooking and for flakes and all that, pepper flakes. And there's various types of cayenne. So there's different ones that go up and down on the heat scale. Um, so and it's rather nice. Um, and let's see, uh, there's a number of peppers that have good flavor and that are just for heat. Let's see. Um, uh, let me think. Uh, there are some types of Thai peppers that are rather nice. Um, Thai peppers can go and be versatile depending on the type. Um, I wouldn't say that it's exactly my top five, but it'd be close. And then, like I said, cayenne is definitely one. Uh, let's see. Um, trying to think of ones that are in there that grow all the time. Well, ones that I grow not just for heat. Let's see. Flavor. Um, trying to think. Now, the Trinidad perfume can be pretty good. Um, I've been growing that. Trinidad perfume are ones that are literally rated on the Scoville scale um, as about around 500. Not like 500,000, not 5,000, but under that. It's just 500, and it is one of those ones that literally has a can have a taste of a flavor similar of a hot pepper or ultra hot, and then but minus all the heat. And they can be fairly productive, nice plants, and very good to cook with. Um, then then there are some ahis like Sugar Rush Peach. That one's fairly good in flavor. Um, it's just if anybody's grown various ahis, stuff like that, they can seem to take a while to ripen. Um, but then let's see. Um, trying to think of some of the sweet peppers. There's a number of sweet ones that are just very nice in flavor. It's just that they don't really have a particularly high heat or anything to them. Ah, shoot. I'd have to go through my list on that one. That one's kind of hard for me to pick. But oh, a good one is Dos Landes. Uh, I might be mispronouncing that. That was that pepper is not hot. It's a sweet pepper, and, and I know it's been around Europe and France. It's used to cook a lot, and they do have a shape that's a lot like a cayenne, but it's no heat. I'm not gonna say it's cayenne. It's got cayenne shapes, but the pod can get like a foot long. The plants can get like good 5 or so feet high, and bushy, like real bushy, and producing a lot of pods. I like it because it's nice flavor, nice pods, good to cook with. I would say if you ever get a chance to grow those, try them out, go for it. And then, because I haven't grown those in a while, and I probably should. Um, but um, then Enigma, that can really depend. Those those hot wax ones, those ones can be okay, but if you let them ripen, full ripen, fully ripen, you'll notice the adjustment in the flavor. Um, but yeah, there's various peppers that I can go either way on. Um, now, some people may feel a little on the, I don't know. I can go through a whole list of peppers. That can be like no heat and all that stuff. Um, heat versus no heat, a lot of heat, flavor. I mean, there's uh there's ones uh that a lot of being sold in stores and a lot of places that are called mini sweet peppers or stuff like that. If you ever get a chance to grow those out personally, you'll notice that how the flavor is much more improved. It has a better taste, much better than let's say if they taste much better. Let's say if you grow them yourself rather than buying them from a store. But there's another list of peppers that people can go through all the time. Um, like there's ones that's very common for people like uh, jalapenos can be good, but I like a lot of jalapenos after they're ripened. Um, I do eat some green. Don't get me wrong, but I do like them at times when they're ripe. A lot of times when they're fully ripe, and they can be rather tasty. But at other times, it just can clearly depend. Um, Serranos can be okay. Um, After they're ripened, they can be pretty nice as well. Um, and then there's a number of them that's fairly decent peppers. Uh, some types of habaneros can be pretty flavorful, depending uh, on the strain. I mean, the orange ones aren't bad, especially if you grow them yourself. Um, but then if you can, let's say, get like different varieties of them. Like the reds can be pretty flavorful, like the Caribbean red and a few others. Um, and there's Oh snap! The chocolate hob. I've always been kind of partial to chocolate hobs. Um, um, if you want a plant that produces really well and doesn't get really tall, go with habaneros. Um, like there's these ones that I've gotten this past year. Probably may have seen it on my live stream earlier this year, and I've had photos in the pods. It has some pretty gnarly shapes to them, and the company was sold them as habaneros, and they're not your atypical orange habaneros. But the thing is, they do have a nice they do have that habanero flavor and decent habanero heat, but they're actually rather put out some wild shapes. But in the plants are more structurally sound, more prolific, and compared to other orange habaneros, let's say I bought an orange habanero from this other place, and produce orange habanero pods, orange habanero plant. But the thing is, this other plant that I'm telling you about, or just say I'm mentioning about, it has those funky shapes. The plant was bigger, stronger, bigger, heftier pods, or the thicker, heavier pods, and yeah, just say all around, I was more satisfied with that plant versus the basically regular orange hops. But if you're looking for a plant that doesn't have to get tall, you want something that can be really prolific and put out some nice heat, go with habaneros because those are pretty awesome in that regard. Um, I mean, and like what I was saying, habaneros, you can. I've had times where, I mean, you can even talk to other people about this. They even have from their experiences. They've had plenty of times where they've been picking off habanero plants, and it seems like they'll just pick some habanero plants off, and then with a week they'll have more habaneros and more and more. It seems like almost every day. So as a suggestion, you could try that. Um, and in regards to those lunchbox type peppers, what you see, what they call in the stores, those ones are rather nice, and those can produce well and some nice pods and very good snacking peppers. And so I'd go with those as a if you're looking for something that you can easily do anything with, cook with, slice up, eat off the plant, and all that. But if you're going to go with Hobbs, try various colors. You know, with Hobbs they got yellow, orange, peach, mustard, you know, chocolate, and all that. And they got the reds, you know, and so try different color variations. And I mean, if you're looking for a hot habanero, then go with the chocolates because the chocolate habaneros can have a bit of a kick, more than the basics or the regular hops or the more well-known orange hops and all that. But yeah, I would say jump around. Oh yeah, and Hobbs do have white habaneros, so keep an eye out for those. I mean, there's a small little white bullet habaneros, the Peruvian ones, and but there's the ones they call it giant white habaneros too. So, and the orange habaneros can be nice. I mean, if you grow them yourself personally, or if you know somebody that grows them, they always tend to seem to not turn out better than store bought. Yeah, the white hops can be nice. Um, in regards to flavor, I I don't know. It can depend. The chocolate hobs do have a nice flavor to me. The red hobs can be rather nice. Um, the orange ones only haven't always been the best of flavor, but I wouldn't turn them down if had them to eat. As if I had them available. So, yeah. Uh, Tabasco can be alright, but those take up quite a bit to pick from since the pods are of a certain size. Um, let's see. If you can get, let's say, super chilies, those are pretty nice. And so, but but yeah. So if you want ones where like Enigma just mentioned with the white ones, those ones can tend to have you know uh more seed to flesh ratio. But if you want ones that have more flesh to seed ratio, then I would say go with more of the other varieties of habaneros. But yeah, okay, barnyard chickens. Yeah, so with a few of these, there's a number of strains you can go with. Um, if you're looking for some hot, then there's quite a variety to go around. Scotch bonnets are nice to go with if you want something that can produce a lot and nice structured plants. And then yeah, and good with a fair amount of heat, nice flavor. I mean, if anybody looks it up on those, they'll be able to see that with um, Scotch bonnets, you'll be able to see that. Like I said, Scotch bonnets, you'll be able to see that how productive they are and the size of the pods and the flavor and and all that. And just a lot of people use them to cook with sauces and salsa. But all right, Dave, well, good luck. But, um, yeah, so what I'll do is Yeah, there's a number of plants out there that can produce those citrus-like tones. Um, but Enigma, if you can, if you ever try, get those, try those Trinidad perfume. You'll probably like the flavor of that one. But, all right, yeah, yeah. What I'll do here is we'll get ready to call it a night here because it's 20 after 10 in my time zone, and anybody knows that line I'm in knows where I'm at. I mean, what I'm dealing with. So, oh, I did Enigma. Have a good one. And, but, uh, it's been a little late. And so, yeah. Oh, my neck. Alrighty, guys. There's somebody to take care of. I go since dogs need to be let out and everything before I let one things went down. And yeah, let's see here, check this. Alright, everybody. This is what I'll do is I'll go ahead and hey, Bunyard Chicken, if you can, try sending that pic to me or something, right? Alright, but this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we're gonna call this a night. And what I can do is this is happy holidays and everything to everyone. Happy New Year. Good things. Be well. Even though that sounds a little different, but whatever. Good things onto you, people. Good things on me. Good things on you. Good things on everyone and everything. So, and yeah. Alright. I'm just getting a little tired, Joe. I gotta wind down. Take it easy. And yeah. So, alright, everybody that's still around, be sure to go check out everybody's page. Go say what's up to them on Google Plus. Be sure to check everybody out in the chat you see here. You know. So yeah. And thank you everyone that's in the chat and whoever's been here throughout the night so far. Really do appreciate it. And even in those that may have been here and haven't said much, that is totally fine with me. As long as you're here, that's all good. Right? So, and I mean, you don't have to say much. It's cool. That's fine. And Barnyard Chicken, be sure to stay up with me on that. If you can, try to stay up with me on Hangouts. I know you got other ways of communicating with people, but right now, Google Hangouts is pretty simple, at least for me anyway. All right. Okay. But all right, everybody. We'll go ahead and check y'all later. And Barnyard Chicken. Hopefully, talking to you again soon. And those that want to take, those who would like to join me in the morning, have a little coffee conversation. If you don't drink coffee, drink tea. You go ahead and drink your tea. Drink your hot cocoa in the morning, whatever it is. All right. So be sure to catch me in the morning, and we'll see you then. All right. Just bear with me, y'all, and talk to y'all in a bit. All right. Well, happy holidays. Happy New Year. Without fail. All right. That's funny. But all right. Talk to y'all again. Yeah. So I'll be trying to get up early enough in the mornings where I can do that, get ready, and see y'all soon. I know it sounds like I'm kind of circling around what I'm saying here, but all right, everybody. Thanks for showing up again, and I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Hey, Barnyard Chicken. All right, Barnyard Chicken. I messaged you back and all that. All right. Um, if anybody else has got any questions or anything, let me know before I get off the stream. And yeah. All right. All right. Good night, Gary. Good night, Barnyard Chicken. Um, and if you came Barnyard Chicken, message me and let me know what that variety is you send me. All right. Or at least a specific name they gave you. So, all right, Charles, I'm about to go sign out for the night. All right. I was just waiting to see if anybody had any other questions or anything before us before the sign off for the night. That's all. If that was your question you wanted me to answer. All right, let me check that message. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up and all that. And yeah, so I'm getting a little too tired myself. I get myself used to going to bed at certain times or around near certain times. Even though I need some more better practice, like sleep, right? So, um, yeah. So let's go ahead and